So, Rebecca, we've talked about hospitality and what hospitality is and is not. But I want to ask you now, how can we be hospitable at the holidays? And I'm specifically thinking about Christmas and Thanksgiving, that five week period, 4 or 5 week period between those two holidays. How can we be hospitable during those times?
Well, there's several ways. I think reaching out to those who are lost, number one, and inviting them in, um, or reaching out to some widows and widowers that might not have a place to go. There's some college students that don't always get to go home for the holidays. That would be a great outreach.
Yeah, I remember when we moved to Louisville, Kentucky for seminary, we didn't have family there. And that first Easter came around and we really didn't know what we were going to do. Um, and so, uh, fortunately, we'd chosen a church and we were in a Sunday school class and we were with a group of peers that were also seminary students who also didn't have family.
Right.
Most of us lived in small apartments. One couple had a home, a house, and they had a nice house, and they saw the need that a bunch of us didn't have any family nearby. So there at the holidays, at Easter specifically, then they invited all of us over, and that spoke volumes to me. They opened up and said, "Here's a need. We're going to open up, and we're gonna meet the need." And it showed me quite a bit that time. And that happened, 2 or 3 years in a row that we
Hmm.
lived there, with Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, other meals, other times that normally Americans would gather with their families when we didn't have family.
Right.
So you're saying find those without a family and invite them into your family, and maybe that's those that have lost spouses.
Hmm.
For us, Christmas, as with young kids, Christmas is the most joyful time of the year, and we enjoy it. But we recognize that there are many that Christmas is actually a very painful time and
Hmm.
hurtful time. Lots of sorrow, because those days have gone by and they're now in a different stage of life.
Yeah.
And so we as believers can reach out to them and just say, "Hey, we see you. We know you're hurting, and we'd love for you to be a part of our family this year during the holidays."
Yeah. And again, I would just reiterate that, the holidays provide opportunity. There's a lot of baking going on, a lot of candy making, and so forth. So, some of the things I said before about, taking things to your neighbors, or, somebody in the church that might need just some uplifting, or that widow, maybe you can't have them over in your home, or just taking something to them to say, hey, I'm here
Yeah,
for you.
the COVID period has put a hurt on being able to actually have people in your home. We understand that.
Yeah.
Before COVID, one of the things that you would do would be to take, you'd take something to the nursing home. It
Okay.
might be baking cookies, but it doesn't have to be that complicated. It can just be a candy cane with a little note or something, or some Hershey Kisses or whatever, and just say, but basically what you were doing, you and the kids, you were finding a segment of our population, a segment of our society that is oftentimes forgotten, and simply saying, "We remember you.
Yeah.
We know that you're here. We come in the name of Jesus, and we know that you're here." And so, um, I've often admired the way that even at Valentine's Day, another holiday, where um, many years I've seen you and the kids prepare a nice meal, get roses, do tea, whatever, and just invite a widow lady over to the house for lunch that day, and just to simply say, "I know that this is a really hard day for you,
Hmm.
but we remember you, and we love you." And so, um, just finding that segment that is forgotten, that will be lonely during this time, and opening up your heart and life to them
Hmm.
to meet those needs. I mean, is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are there any other ways that we could be hospitable during the holidays? Mail cards.
Oh yeah, mail cards. The art of handwritten cards is almost lost, so that is definitely an act of hospitality.
Just a
Through
handwritten
word,
note.
yeah,
Yeah.
a handwritten note can, um, and a meaningful handwritten note can um, mean all the things in the world to someone.
And I'm thinking, even now, I'm thinking about what if we went. what if we as a family went and volunteered at the local soup kitchen or something to that effect at Christmas? Again, there's a segment of our society
Mhm.
that is often neglected and forgotten about, and we just go and say, "Hey, we're going to spend a little time with you on Thanksgiving Day or Christmas Eve or whatever the case
Yeah,
is."
it's kind of a home mission project.
Exactly. I mean, you know, one last thought would, what if we found new neighbors
Mhm.
that have just moved in, right? And uh, we just said, "Hey, I don't know where you guys are from, but if you're not going home for the holidays, we'd love to have y'all join us at Christmas at 1 o'clock for lunch. We're gonna have turkey, bring something, whatever. But we just love for you to come hang out with us and spend Christmas Day with us."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole idea though is us finding those who are needy, those who are hurting, and reaching out to them by opening up our lives to them. Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Good. Good. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.